Hello ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Lamar Haven. Welcome back to Shovel Knight. Today, we head to the Lich Yard and the lair of Spectre Knight. So after the recording issues that I had with the last episode, and I'm sorry that they happened, but this game doesn't allow you to replay stuff. Well, you can replay the levels just fine. The issue becomes when you try to when you want to actually go back in progress, which you can't do. I decided to try a new method of recording, which is being tested out in this episode. And if it works, hooray, it's a big plus. But technical issues aside, let's talk about this amazing level and the amazing music. First, you've noticed that those little green plants on the ground, you can attack them and they rise up. Oopsies. There we go. And they rise up from the ground, and then you can shovel pogo jump on your way up from them. Careful, there's a lot of secrets in this level and a lot of dangerous enemies. Speaking of dangerous enemies, we saw earlier was a ghost. The ghosts are fun. There we go. Make sure you jump off that guy's head to get up here, because they don't actually die. You find a way to kill them later in the game, but only for that specific level. You don't get to do any permanent damage to the ghosties. So that was a secret. I wonder if this side has a secret. Well, what do you know? It does. Anyway, to deal with ghosts, you just kind of shovel them and hope they go away. Just be careful. If you killed this guy like that, you wouldn't be able to get up into that treasure room. Huh, what's that pile of bones in the side? Dangerous, is what it is. Oops. Usually I just end up taking damage from them at some point, and then just pogo jump on their heads for a while. Easiest way to get rid of them. Test for secrets, and head on up. So for those interested in the more technical aspect, all I did was switch from Fraps to record game footage to OBS. There are a few tricks with using OBS to record game footage instead of just using it to stream. For those who don't know, OBS is Open Broadcaster Software. It's a free program to allow you to stream usually video game content, but just about anything can be streamed, I think, using it. And you can also use it to record footage. So if you're ever interested in starting Let's Playing or what have you, and you just don't have the money for Fraps, OBS seems like a good enough option. So you'll notice in this area of the game, it's dark except for those lightning strikes. You have to be very careful. See, I stopped there because I wasn't sure where that drop was. And just remember where you're going to be. And they've introduced the mechanic of sometimes they have bombs instead of food in the serving dishes. All right, another treasure room. Be careful here, because you only get one chance to jump off each of those not altars, gravestones, I suppose. And that's the way back. And of course, that guy almost always falls off the edge for me. I don't even bother to worry. Like I said, this isn't a points run, so I don't really care about points or gold. All right, so if you hit one of these green things while they're in there, they fly even higher. But be careful, this is a very dangerous room. Take your time so that doesn't happen. I'm actually going to go ahead and just leave the money that I just lost. It's only 600 gold, I'm not terribly worried, and it was more important to get the music piece. Of course, the music piece is only going to sell for 500, so yes, still a net loss for going that direction. Alright, so you notice how those skeletons are struggling to hold us up? Yeah, that's the mechanic for this area. And when you kill those skeletons, their heads remain, and their heads with the crowns on them are the most heavy part of their body. But as you can see, if you knock the head off, then the only weight holding down this thing is you. So you can much easier control it. But remember, if it's just you on the platform, you can't push it down. You're not heavy enough. You're only heavy enough to make it neutral. Alright, just keep going. Oh dear. I almost got, I think I fell into the spikes for a minute there, but the invincibility frame saved me. Bam, bam, bam. I went ahead and was silent for that room because I figured you guys needed an opportunity to listen to the wonderful music in this level. Oh dear! Bombs everywhere. Alright, so if you hop off that guy's head, you get into this room, which has our item chests for this level. Chester, in the village or out in the field, I have all the deals. You're not gonna believe what I just found in this chest. Want to see? So here is one of my favorite items, the Phase Locket. Escape from all harm, briefly. This is an extremely powerful item. You can even walk on spikes. So what you want to do is you want to use it to enter here and give yourself the invincibility frames needed to attack these frogs so you can thin their numbers out a bit. It's a very brief but very useful item. Go away. There we go. Yeah, okay, everything's going gloriously so far. So you notice, like I said, we can't push this down, we're not heavy enough. However, this is heavy enough, combined with our own weight, to do it. So be careful though, if you fall in the water, you die. Music sheet, I should say, not musical sheet. Although, Shovel Knight the musical would be amazing! Someone get on that! Alright, you wait for him to hop on down. Use his help to dig yourself up some treasure. And then make him a little more pliable to your requests by killing him. Alright, so here you want to be very careful not to fall down the pits. Oops, I think I pushed it up too much. There we go. Alright, and now we want to fall down, I think, the middle pit. Looks like I was right. Treasure first. Ignore the giant skeleton monstrosity. So yeah, after a couple of jumps, he kind of falls over. That's also your opportunity to get on top without taking damage if you're less... what's the word I'm looking for? Impatient, right, if you're less impatient than I am. Alright, careful, the frogs. They're also a pretty good indication of where the platforms are, because you can watch where they land. Alright. And this one's pretty difficult, I should say, because you can't see where the platforms are when they're not shadowed by the background. Alright. Careful. Okay. Keep hopping when you're over here, because as you can see there were skulls on the platforms, which can cause major issue. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, every once in a while in the recording you would notice that my character sort of completely disappears after taking damage. That's because I flash upon taking damage, but due to the process of recording and posting on YouTube, you don't really get to see that. It sort of blurs it. It sort of blurs funny. But here we have the Spectre Knight. This is no place for the living, mortal. You shall be summoned when it is your time. And everyone has a time, as we saw with your beloved Shield Knight. Lies! I won't believe such talk from phantoms. Your very existence is a vile deception. The Enchantress is just full of surprises. She granted me new life, so that I may take yours. Alright, the Spectre Knight is here to try and take our life. We won't let him, though. Spectre Knight has some very interesting patterns in his attacks. Oops, see? When he teleports away, you're not always certain where he'll go. And so you have to be careful of where that scythe is going to end up. See, sometimes he just spins the scythe all the way around. Sometimes the scythe always goes to where he's planning on going. Try and check how the scythe is moving so you can predict where the Spectre Knight is going to be so you can get some attacks in. Finding opportunities to attack Spectre Knight is key, as he's not as easy to hit as some of the other knights of the Order of No Quarter. Also, try and destroy some of these undead. He will resummon them, but I think he can use them for something, and I don't remember what. It usually doesn't get to the point where he gets the opportunity, so I don't remember it. And I'm taking some dumb damage just for the opportunity to get some extra attacks in. And that's it! And with his guise removed, he was revealed just to be a simple, ordinary knight. Victory for Shovel Justice! And Shovel Knight rests for the night. Once again, his mind wanders, dreaming of lost friends. But the opportunity to save her must still exist. Hope remains. However, there are battles at every turn, constant fights. But we're ready for them. Away with all of you! Shield Knight! We will save you. So that's an interesting little mechanic. The more enemies you fight, the more extra gold you can get while in that dream state. And you might notice this chest. Open it, and it's a free meal ticket. Visit the gastronomer to upgrade your health. So as you go throughout the game, you'll get these extra meal tickets just as you beat certain milestone enemies. And more has opened up. Our way forward is here. However, there are two extra paths we're going to take. First, a special mission. Going back to Pridemore Keep, we find an auto-scrolling stage, the bane of all platformers. Oops, careful to hit that again so it resets. Back to this amazing music, too. This one's a bit of a tough one to remember which path you should take, though I think bottom is the most lucrative, especially if you can pull off this. Let the stage push you a bit, so you'll get all the stuff. Get those two lucrative treasures, and make sure you hit each of these for even more treasure. And the final chest for more treasure. Alright, and then one more stage, the Forest of Phasing. You might get a hint from the name. And I'm doing this now, taking a risk of not spending some of my money. Yikes, spikes. If only I could phase away to safety, I could cross and get so much treasure. In practice run, I didn't do so well on this. So let's find out. This is all about how many treasure chests can you get using one of your new skills, one of your new artifacts, I should say. Be very careful, though. You die here, you die in real life. Or, I should say, no, you don't. But you do gain less treasure because you'll be losing it from dying. You can use Phase Locket while you're still Phase Locketed, so keep that in mind as well. So don't be afraid to spam it if necessary. Alright. You can even use it in midair. I missed one of the treasures, but that's fine with me. So far I'm doing well. For myself, oh dear, you can defeat these enemies, but they are rather difficult and take a lot of hits. It's easier to just phase through them. This is all about teaching you different interesting ways for you to use your new relic. And I got through without a single death. And our reward is a music sheet and lots of treasure. Alright, for Shovel Justice! Let's head back to the village before we begin our long journey forward against the rest of the Order in our quarter. Whoa, you have 3 music sheets! Magnificent! Take 500 gold for each. Wonderful! Let's see here. Oh, you found the adventure awaits! You know, they've done studies. Reading maps is far easier with a musical backing. Now that I have this, I can play it whenever you want. Wow, I kind of hurt my throat a little bit when I said some of those things. I need more practice. Gastronomer knows we have a meal ticket. I'll dazzle your palate in no time or less, so bon appetit, and pardon the mess. Ding! And we get some fish. Ah, decisions. Let's buy another meal ticket from this friendly goat and see how much we need for maximum magic. That's good enough for me. And a grilled sandwich. I love grilled cheese. They're delicious. So, that's it for now. We defeated the Spectre Knight, and now the rest of the world is open to us. The Order of No Quarter is not holding back, but neither are we. Onward to shovel justice! Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.